Let's see, pussycat. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Let's see, pussycat. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Pussycat, pussycat. I've got flowers and lots of flowers to spend with you. So go and butter your cute little
GM, everyone. Welcome to 9 o'clock live on the Noun Square. We're watching the end of auction for Noun 527, which is a little nounish pussycat with an axe. He actually looks kind of evil if you look at him. The red eyes, the black goggles, black noggles. What do you guys think?
I'm a fan of this
nice.
one.
He's pretty nice, though. Pretty aesthetic, and he's looking at a bid of 32.69 ETH, which is actually a little higher than the bids have been coming in lately. So good for you, kitty cat. Super excited to be introducing and chatting with Digital Oil, who's a new Nouner ×2 over the past week. Welcome, Digital. How are you?
Doing great. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course. We're so glad you could make it. Just going to take a few minutes here for people to make their way into the room. I think these dinner time spaces are always difficult. People are finishing up their spaghetti, trying to get up on spaces. If you're just joining, please retweet the room. You guys know the drill. Retweet the room using the little white or purple bubble on the bottom right, and you could win 0.069 ETH just for helping us get the word out about this daily spaces that we do. For anyone who's just joining and wondering about what we do here and what we're going to be doing here tonight, 9 o'clock live is a spaces that we do every single day. In fact, I looked it up again today, RFG. Do you know how many days in a row we've done 9 o'clock now? As of today?
I lost track a while ago.
Today is show number 170 in a row without missing one. So
Damn.
kudos to us, and I hope you guys have been enjoying. 170 days of 9 o'clock, and we're still here, and we still love it. So what we do here is we basically watch the end of the Nouns auction. Today, as I mentioned in the opening, we're looking at number 527. I'm currently, instead of being on nouns.wtf, I'm on an alternate front end called nounoclock.app. If you go to nounoclock.app, you get a little extra context. You see the cat on the side, and then you'll see the bids running down the middle. And one of the cool things about the bids on this site is that if I look at the current winning bidder, maxpower.eth, I can see that he's got 15.32 ETH in his wallet. So, if someone's looking to bid against him, that could be a good trick to have. Yeah, you could have probably used that, Digital Oil, when you were buying your nouns?
Wow, this is cool. I didn't know it existed.
Yeah, it was one of the winners of a recent prop house round. Well, I guess not that recent. It was about 4 months ago now. Where Seneca launched a prop house round for alternate front ends. And there were 4 teams that made basically alternatives to nouns.wtf so that, it's not just a single point of failure. And this was one that was built around having a front end that's really useful for us on the show here so that we can kind of follow along and see who's bidding. And there's a chat feature here as well. So we've got 19 minutes left in the auction, so lots and lots of time. You might be wondering why we started a little earlier than usual today, and there is a reason for that. As you guys know, 9 o'clock sort of travels around the 24-hour clock. So we've been through the ringer. We've been through some spaces in the middle of the night, all the way through the EST day, and we're coming back into the evening here now. But of course, we also have a lot of weekly soapboxes put on by our community that we host here on TNS. And the evenings are a very popular time for those. So over the past couple of weeks, we've been colliding with our roaming space, colliding with our weekly spaces. Tonight, we are going to be colliding with a weekly space put on by NounsDAOAmigos, which is a group that represents Mexico and the rest of South America, and puts on a Spanish language spaces here on TNS every single week. So that's pretty exciting, and actually just fitting, even though it wasn't really planned this way. I believe our guest today, Digital Oil, Spanish is your first language as well, is it not?
That's right. Good
Awesome.
coincidence.
Very good coincidence. So your Hispanic brethren will be representing you here after 9 o'clock. So we thought we'll move 9 o'clock earlier a little bit so that we can speak with our guest, Digital Oil, about why he decided to join Nouns and maybe a little bit about his prop house proposal, which, congratulations, sir. You just came out as one of the 5 winners for the open prop house round.
Indeed. Yeah,
So,
thanks for thanks for that support.
yeah, for sure.
Today's officially the beginning of the Panama DAO.
That's really
Thanks to you
cool.
guys.
We're
That's
definitely
so
going to get
cool.
into that in a few minutes. But I just want to say how unique Nouns is, where you can sort of say, you know what, this is something I've been watching for a while, pull the trigger and buy a noun, and then 5 days later you've got a proposal funded. I think that's pretty unique to Nouns. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I'm really astounded by I'm starting to go inside the rabbit hole, and I'm astounded by the amount of high quality things that have been built. Starting with the core protocol itself, which is just ridiculously well designed, and I'm loving it.
That's awesome. Well, why don't we dive right into it? If we can, we'll actually just rewind a little bit and just ask about your history, if you don't mind. Don't need to dox yourself any more than you feel you need to, but we'd love to know how you got sort of into crypto and came on this path towards where you're at now with joining Nouns.
Sure. Yeah, I don't mind doxing.
Cool.
I'm originally from Panama. Engineer by trade, electrical engineering, computer science, and went to college and grad school in the U.S. I worked there for a while as a satellite communications engineer,
Okay.
and then got into iOS app development. Did some indie stuff, and discovered Bitcoin in 2014. Fell in love with. It was a similar feeling to actually when I rediscovered Nouns, because I had heard I had heard of Bitcoin earlier than 2014, but I kind of didn't pay too much attention to it, so I didn't really read the white paper or anything like that. I thought it was insignificant.
Right.
And then when the same kind of thing happened with Nouns. Like, I heard about it, got a high level grasp of what it was, but it wasn't until I really started getting into the weeds that I really appreciated what had been built and what it means for Web3. And yeah, so it was a really similar. It tapped into like a really similar virtue that Bitcoin also tapped into when I discovered it. So in 2017, I started doing some proof of concept type stuff in Ethereum development. Started learning Solidity, and then in 2021, just got really, really, really deep in the rabbit hole of NFTs and DeFi.
The rabbit hole that sucked lots of us in, for sure.
Indeed.
At home, stuck at home with COVID happening, and it was an easy
Exactly.
rabbit hole to follow down, for sure.
Yeah. And I think it was in May that I bought some little nouns.
Oh, nice.
To start playing around and trying to get to know the community, the ecosystem, and understand how everything works, like on a social level as well.
Yeah.
And then I can't remember what it was, like a month ago. Somehow I landed on nouns again, and I started studying the code. Like, something drove me to study the code, and I studied every contract and was trying to like find a centralized flaw or like a centralized vector.
Were you trying to go Zach XBT on nouns?
Right. I mean, not for like an exploit or anything. I just wanted to know like how true to the purpose this really was, right?
Yeah.
And it turns out it was just very, very meticulously designed, and it is true to its purpose. I think the only aspect that I found that which is kind of an obvious thing that doesn't make it completely decentralized is the veto. And I understand the reason why it's there, and and the DAO hasn't removed it yet.
Yeah.
But when that day comes, it's a day for celebration, because it will be 100% decentralized.
Yeah, makes sense. It's almost like training wheels that are still sort of
Exactly.
required, but like training wheels, it's tricky to know when to take them off, and someone might fall off their bike if you do it too early.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I see in your profile that you either started or you work with NFT registry, which is kind of interesting. From what I understand about that, you can sort of name NFTs on chain. Is that correct? Like, you're adding metadata to the NFT. Am I understanding that?
That's right. Yeah, I can go a little bit into how Nifter works.
Sure.
By the way, I got Jiminy and Danny. Jiminy's on the Nifter account in the space, and they are partners of mine.
Okay. I'll just
in
invited
Nifter.
Nifter up. So yeah.
Yeah. So they can feel free to speak if they want to, of course. Yeah. So the concept behind Nifter is kind of like an ENS or an NNS, but instead of for wallets, it's for NFTs. So and the mechanics behind how it works are a little bit different than ENS and NNS. When you name an NFT, you name it with a unique name,
Yeah.
and it's named within a registry. So it's not an NFT that you're minting.
Okay.
You're registering a name in a registry that is bound to the NFT. And the reason it's done that way is that we want the name to travel with the NFT because we want it to be a core part of its identity.
Right. And you don't want to ruin the provenance, I'm assuming, either for certain NFTs.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's a cool idea.
Yeah. So that's kind of like the basic concept behind Nifter. But then it unlocks, once you name an NFT with a unique name, it unlocks, NFT domains and profile pages for the NFT, because now you have a really way to reach the NFT. You don't have to refer to a contract address and token ID. You just refer to a name. So you get like a profile page for the NFT. And then we start building up stuff from there, like NFT messaging, NFT to NFT, not wallet to wallet. And NFT banking, so you can send funds between the NFTs. And basically the idea is to put the NFT at the center of our Web3 identity versus a wallet at the center of our NFT identity.
That's
of
really
our Web3 identity. Yeah.
I mean, I guess you could say that people are already using NFTs as the center of their identity if they're using their ENS, but I guess people would much rather use a visual NFT rather than just some text, perhaps.
Yes.
I think something here interesting. GM, by the way, I'm back.
Hey, Ben, welcome back.
Thank you. It's good to be back. I've been doing a lot of catch up. It's insane how much you miss in 2 weeks, mostly away from keyboard. Crazy.
Yeah, to be honest, if I could have taken 2 weeks away from Nouns, you chose good 2 weeks. But anyway, continue.
Yeah, I know. Like I've actually got heaps to catch up on. It's crazy. But either way, this is super interesting because the technology here, I think, is like, I guess it's one of what we're going to see as early concepts of how NFTs and automation through like NFT to NFT communications. Like you mentioned, like messaging from NFT to NFT. I see in the future using this kind of technology where it's not the humans interacting with the NFTs anymore, or using them to represent something as much as setting them up as the automated nodes that start to communicate with each other, and automating businesses this way. And you can use this for a lot of applications. So it's going to, you sparked my interest here. Like I started to see your .nftr on the end of your names, and then I was like, oh, what's this? So I've only just started digging. I didn't even know about this until this morning. So
it's news to me too, but it's really intriguing. Very cool.
Yeah.
So I'll leave it to you here, Digital L. We have about 10 minutes still before the auction ends, and we've got some housekeeping, some games to play around the auction ending. I do still want to talk to you about Nouns a little bit, and also about Nouns Prop House. Should we move along to those now, or is there some other things you'd like to say first about Nifter, or maybe your friend here from Nifter could close out on that subject?
Yeah, maybe Jiminy on the Nifter account wants to add something.
Sure.
That I might have left out, and then we can move on to Nouns again, of course. Thank you.
That sounds good. Hey, Jiminy, thanks for joining us.
Hey, absolutely. Yeah, thanks for giving us the floor for a couple minutes here to introduce, the NFT naming registry. And we so believe in Web3 identity, and people are identifying, sort of presenting as their PFP NFTs, and to, just the fundamental of having the name and the quick referability, reachability tied to them should be inherent, and NFTR brings that. And with other experience in the gaming space and Web3 gaming, I do envision part of the future where we are really interacting as NFTs in these digital spaces, so that there should be the mechanisms to, directly engage and things of the nature. So we have the namespace live, and we have future, roadmap spots where our full launch is upcoming with some of the features and the profile pages and whatnot, though they are live. So when you have a name, you are granted a Web2 landing page immediately. So if you go to something like lover.nftr.name is one of my NFTs, and you be brought directly to it and be able to eventually click through to socials and message directly, make a bid on the name or the NFT itself. The names will be quickly pluggable, callable by APIs into existing marketplaces, other dApps, and just primitive that anyone can build off of. And some great ideas already shared from your community of what that could be, just all the applications that come as layers on top. So we're excited to give everyone the license to create with it and create through it.
Very cool. Well, you're speaking to a room here, if you scroll down, of almost all JPEGs. So I think you're preaching to the right choir. And I'm sure people will be really interested to hear as this technology evolves. So Digital, coming back to Nouns for a minute, you mentioned that you'd heard of Nouns before and kind of put it aside, and then just fairly recently sort of dove back into the contracts and were attracted to the protocol from that level. And you're not the first that I've heard to say that. I've heard some others review the smart contracts and come back saying that, Salamander and the other smart contract whizzes who did the contracts for Nouns didn't make many mistakes, if any. So tell us a little bit about that and how you ended up buying 2 Nouns this week from that journey.
Yeah, well, frankly, the auctions recently have been attractive because they're going for, like, I was thinking about buying a Noun at 100, right? And now auction prices have gone low, below even NAV in the treasury. So yeah. I thought it was like financially, if you want to, I don't really see it as an investment because I see it more like something I want to participate in, and having 2 Nouns, at least now, is a pass to be able to make proposals and actually have an effect on the DAO that you're vested in. So I don't really see it as an investment. I see it more as like an experiment, as I said.
Yeah.
But financially, it made sense. So it was kind of easy to go all in and try to. I was bidding on a bunch of Nouns for the past 2-3 weeks.
Yeah, we saw you. we watch the auction every day, so we saw you creeping around, and we were glad to see you. I was there. I was like, I did care about the aesthetic a lot, so I was not bidding on some of them, and I was voting on almost every fomonouns. Yeah,
because I wanted to get a Noun as soon as I could, because I just fell in love with the project, really.
Yeah.
So I wanted it to be an aesthetically pleasing one to me.
Yeah.
And so I was voting every day, and we were getting some really good, aesthetically good Nouns that everybody voted for, and then it was like too late in the block and it wasn't minted in time and that kind of thing. It was a really fun experience. So then I got the fence. Like I got the Doom fence.
Yeah.
That I think you mentioned. Yeah. And I wasn't like in love with I liked them a lot, but I wasn't in love, and I knew the next one had to be one that I really loved.
As I said in the Discord earlier, you were just on the fence about it, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. and for some reason, the unicorn, like it always seemed like a Noun that maybe I'll have to wait like a whole year for it to even show up.
Yeah.
And then it showed up, and I was like, man, this is the one. I'll go. I'll pay anything for this guy. And it turned out I turned out to get a good price on it.
Hopefully you didn't tell that to anybody. You didn't say like, I'll pay anything for this one. Definitely don't tell Al409 here underneath you, because then he'd have little Nouns outbidding you.
Yeah, the little Nouns were like, last night were like, yeah, congratulations on the, like, please now let us bid and let us win.
Well, by the way, next time you want to get an aesthetic noun, make sure you join us here on our daily spaces, because we're always happy to pitch in and try to FOMO with you if you're trying to find a specific type of head or what have you. So
Gotcha. Very cool. Good to know. So the thing about the unicorn is I looked into how rare it is, and it's actually one of the most common heads, which makes sense
because it's so beautiful.
because it's so beautiful. So it probably always FOMOs as a yes, right?
That's the paradox of Noun's rarity, is that some of the most popular NFTs in the collection, like the cats and the unicorns, are actually less rare because they're so desired. So they, every time they come up on FOMO, they tend to get minted, and then they do sometimes fetch a premium anyway.
Right. And it actually made me come to the possibility of like, okay, there's so many unicorns that maybe it would be cool if we do like some kind of on-chain like sub-DAO or something, or among the unicorns. It would be cool.
That
I don't
would
know
be
if
pretty
that's
cool.
happened.
One of your fellow unicorns is Komorebi, who is one of the people that started NounsDAO Japan, and he's pretty legendary as well. So could be kind of cool to put your mind together with him and some of the other unicorns. I don't know any of the other unicorns offhand, but that's the one that comes to mind.
Good to know. Good to know.
Oh, you know who else has a unicorn? Steve. Steve has one, right, Ben?
I don't know, actually.
I think he does.
Steve Evets, I think he does. Anyway, there's some good folks in the DAO with unicorn heads, so I think you might be onto something there. So
Yeah,
it's definitely one of my favorites.
What's that?
Oh, I was just saying, it's definitely one of my favorites for sure.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So I was going to say we were going to have to take a break for FOMO, but luckily we've got a pending bid coming in. So we've got a pending bid for 33.35. Now the current bid, someone has just outbid maxpower.eth. I think Max Power, I have to double check. I think he might own another cat, if I'm not mistaken. I think he likes the cats. But anyway, he just got outbid by someone with only 3.02 ETH to spare in their wallet. So this might be their last bid or close to it. So we've got another 4 minutes and 33 seconds. Every time a new bid comes in at this point, it pushes back the spaces by 4 minutes. So that gives us some time to delve in a little bit to your prop house round that you just won, literally like about an hour ago, called the Panama DAO. It was a prop in the open round for nouns. And the idea is to leverage Nouns Builder, the new Nouns Builder from Zora, to create a network state within Panama. I'd love to hear more about this. Can you tell us a little bit about the history of this and what you're planning?
Sure. Yeah. And first, I'd like to say that I've gone through a lot of the historic props. Like I'm actually going through every single one since the first one and making notes of like interesting statistics that I've noticed and stuff like that. And I haven't been I'm maybe like almost halfway through, and I've seen I saw how Nouns Builder was born as a prop higher up on the list.
Yeah.
And among all the props I've seen, Nouns Builder might be one of the highest impact props I've seen in the list.
Yeah.
I think this is really a game changer.
It's a good time for you to join the DAO as well, because they literally just got off the ground, like to the point where like their first prop house rounds are going live next Monday. So you're really just seeing the birth of this thing, which is cool.
Yeah, and I think it's interesting that they were seeded with 1,000 ETH. So if you're buying an NFT, one of their NFTs now for like 1-2 ETH, I know there's a veto on the other side, so there's not going to be like an unwind or anything like that. But again, like financially, it's interesting, right?
Yeah,
that you're buying into a 1,000 ETH treasury with 1 or 2 ETH, right?
Mm-hmm.
Among only 15 NFTs. So
yeah, stop
anyway.
telling them. Stop telling them, please. Yeah. No, I'm just kidding. So tell us about Panama DAO. Yeah.
So the Panama DAO, yeah. So I loved the builder kind of one-click deploy when I saw it. And I had been thinking about doing a Panama DAO for a while, and the reason is I was on the team of people that redacted the Panama crypto bill.
Oh wow!
This is about a year back, and the bill was very it was a really highly encompassing bill. It was really well made. We kind of took from the best we saw all over the world, the different countries and ecosystems were proposing and doing, and we built a really nice bill, and it actually made it all the way through Congress, and it was proposed by an independent rep in the House of Representatives,
Right.
who's this young 30-ish year old, low 30-ish year old guy, great guy. He's not a technical guy, but he really gets it, and he proposed this bill, made it all the way through the House. When it got to the president's desk, he vetoed it.
Ah, darn.
Yeah, and then there's been a back and forth, which has taken a really long time, and it's not taking a great shape, like the newest form of the bill. So it's a little bit of a letdown at the moment. So instead of going from the top down and kind of implementing or making Panama into a crypto friendly country from the top down, the idea with the Panama DAO is to do it more grassroots from the bottom up.
Okay.
And kind of bootstrap some liquidity in the process to start doing some powerful things. Maybe some land buys and doing some public goods and trying to get more and more people to participate and join this crypto movement.
That's really cool. We've got quite a few people on the stage. Does anyone have any questions for Digital Oil about what he's planning to do in Panama? It's pretty interesting. Very rare that you'd see sort of the crossover between IRL and NFT, as it were. So any questions from any of you folks? It seems like something that would be up your alley, Ben.
Yeah, it is for sure. I feel completely unprepared, and I need to do some digging into what you're doing there. I'm super interested by both that and the NFTR stuff. And it's I don't have any questions as of yet. I need to do some reading first, so I'm not just asking you questions that can be answered by a 5-minute read. So yeah, I'm going to do some research.
I thought that's the whole point of this show, was to answer all the questions that could be answered by a 5-minute read. that should be the motto of our show, I thought.
Come to the Noun Square so that you don't have to Google.
We will read for you on the Noun Square.
He had mentioned that he didn't find any flaws beyond the veto, but I was wondering if you saw anything that you thought was elegant in the code, in the protocol
of nouns.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, so a couple things. The first one is how this is kind of like one of the basic things behind nouns, but it's how the art is coded on chain via SVG in SVG format, and the way it's, and like the craziest stuff code wise is the most complex parts, at least for me, were the compressing and decompressing and all those libraries, which I didn't really go all the way down into, but it was really interesting how it's on chain, and to me that's really important. Like when I got into NFTs, I got into hash masks, CryptoPunks, and the way CryptoPunks are mapped to the assets, I was never, and still am not, satisfied with, and even the way hash masks were. And this is not like dissing them or anything. It's these are pioneers, right? But I wasn't really happy with the way the NFT mapped to the artwork. It just wasn't pure and it wasn't complete. Whereas with nouns, it's 100% everything is there, right? So I thought that was maybe not elegant, but just very essential to have, in a kind of a perfect NFT collection. And then the second thing, which I really I loved, was and this may be also basic, but it just really clicked, is how the proxies are, like the proxy contracts, how they point to certain implementations, like the DAO logic and all that stuff, and how the DAO itself is what causes a switch from an implementation, from the proxy contract pointing to one implementation to like the next one, like a V1 to a V2 or 2.1 or something like that. And I thought that was just majestic, how like everything, even because this is unusual, like everything is usually on multi-sigs, and it's kind of like fake Web3 in many cases for DAOs, but not for nouns. For nouns, everything was absolutely just tight, tight decentralized.
It's built for the on-chain purist, hey?
Indeed.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I can see Nounder Dev Carrot down there in the audience. He's blushing. I didn't even know a globe noun could blush, but I can see him blushing down there.
I think that's called global warming, actually.
Global warming. I like it. Well, we just keep getting bids on this kitty cat. Like I said in the opening, cats are always, I mean, everybody on the internet's a cat, right? We all know that. So I think that's why cats always do really well on the auction. But we just keep getting new bids. The current bid is from monstercat.eth, who, if you ask me, might be tipping his hand just a little bit with the ENS. I think he wants it. 37.14 ETH currently, and he's got 118 ETH in the wallet. So he's here to play.
Somebody was saying that he's the CEO of Monster Cat.
I don't know what Monster Cat is.
Oh yeah, that's Darlington.
What's Monster Cat?
Toddy, you do not know what is?
No.
I believe
No, I don't. Are you gonna tell me? Or
is it the music label Monster Cat?
Oh
yes. I think that's
like
Darlington.
Yeah,
I think that's Darlington that's bidding on this noun. I'm sure that I think he had a tweet the other day talking about how the Monster Cat IP hasn't been utilized a lot, and I think this was part of the strategies for Monster Cat as a company.
That's pretty cool, actually.
Maybe
he gave me an early warning. He's like, "We will be bidding on this today. We've been waiting for this cap." I was like, "Okay."
Oh, wow.
That's why the wallet is low.
You can't catch a break, Al. I'm sorry.
Shots fired. Shots fired.
Dude, I know.
No, Al's like, okay, fine. I take the night off. Thanks for the vacation.
Yeah, right. I finally got auto bidder implemented today, so we should have a bot running our bids going forward. But
that's pretty cool. That's
when I got that DM, I was like, "Oh no!"
Is that from the folks at nouns.sh?
Say that one more time.
Is that from the folks at nouns.sh, the auto bidder? Or a different one?
I actually don't know that for sure. I'm working with Winter directly. If you know who that is.
Yeah, that's nouns.sh. That's cool.
What's your limit, Al? So we can all bid against you.
Well, I can't show my cards for every
this
day.
is called Ryan's suggesting the Constitution DAO strategy, where you go to buy something at auction and tell everybody your max price. It's extremely successful.
Might as well just mess everybody's brains up and lie to us and say something, Al.
Nouns bid in the open.
That's right. We build in the open and we bid in the open. I mean, we kind of do. So we got a current bid though of 37.89 ETH. So whomever this is, 24FA, is bidding with literally the last ETH in their wallet just to make Monster Cat pay a little extra.
Maybe they have a reload wallet though. Does that not happen that you see?
Yeah, it does happen sometimes. Yeah, for sure. Although I think more often than not, we tend to see people when they cap out from whatever they had in that wallet, they tend to fall off the auction, I would say. What do you guys think? I think that's what I think happens more often.
Usually, yeah.
Well, we shall see. We shall see today. So we took a little side track there to talk about the Nouns protocol, which is awesome. But I did want to come back to Panama DAO for a minute because you've won this one ETH. I'm just curious to know what that seed money will be going towards. Have you guys decided that yet, or do you guys have to come together as a DAO and sort of decide what that first step is, or what should we look forward to?
Yeah, we kind of need to come together to solidify it, but most likely it's going to be generating the trades for the artwork. We want to do it with Panamanian artists, and then probably just doing like the deployments, to mainnet and that kind of thing. So yeah, it'll probably be enough for maybe a bit more than that, but we don't know yet.
Cool. So how do you create a network state within an actual state?
Well, I don't know. This is an experiment, just like NounsDAO was an experiment that the way I envision it is, and this is very idealistic and low probability, but I hope, hopefully the network state grows big enough that it encapsulates the state. And it all depends on how well we could spread the meme and how fast we can create this flywheel effect where we're bootstrapping enough liquidity. One way I can imagine it happening is if we do really good public good funding and solve a bunch of problems that people struggle with in the country and that the government hasn't been able to solve for 50 years, then you kind of win the hearts of the people, and then and maybe they won't be able to. Some people won't be able to buy daily NFT, but maybe something like Lil Nouns is born where more people can participate, and then we grow big enough that we can become a network state.
That's really cool. Davin has his hand up for a question, but there's only a minute left, Davin. So maybe we can come back to you after we play some FOMO NOMO quickly, because I do want to hear what you have to say. If you're not familiar with Davin, he started NounsDAO Africa, and they've actually done exactly that. Made a builder collection to do some similar work. So definitely, I'm interested to hear what he has to ask. But we are coming up on the 30-second mark. I don't see another bid here from Monster Cat. So I'm surprised by that. They had 118, and there it is.
Nope, there it is.
We'll do it live.
It's there.
Pending bid,
And on that note,
38.69. Even for the meme, I appreciate Monster Cat coming in with the meme bid at 38.69. So unless we get a reload from 24FA or a new character coming into the auction, it should go to Monster Cat in the next 4 minutes. But the good thing is now we can hear the question that Davin had for Digital Oil and maybe some context from NounsDAO Africa as well. Go ahead, Davin.
We had talked about this a bit earlier, and I'm so glad that at least we get to chat about this on the show. But I wanted to know from Digital Oil how Panama DAO is planning to bridge that. You have the DAO, you have this Web3 entity, and you have IRL on ground. Because you talked a bit about getting some assets, building some public goods. How are you going to bridge that? Is it going to be through like a foundation? Is it going to be through an NGO? How are you planning to do something like that so that you can have that impact on the ground? And then how do you dodge the politics that come with that also?
What was the last question? How do you what?
How do you dodge the government politics that comes with that?
Yeah, so to answer the first question, I think it'll probably this is really new, right? I mean, literally, I feel like the DAO was born today because the funding kind of made it more official. So we need to start thinking about those kind of things. But I think it'll be similar to what NounsDAO did with the foundation. At some point you need to be able to interact with the real world and have entities and probably control some bank accounts that are that you're going to need to pay for certain things. So we'll probably follow a similar model, which seems like a sensible one. And then to answer the second question, that's kind of it's we understand Panama really well because we've lived there and we've dealt with the system for a really long time, so we know how to navigate the system well. But we'll have to play it by ear a little bit in terms of because we don't know how there's no regulatory clarity really. Panama's a flexible country in general. Like it's really lax in terms of taxation, as you probably know. So fiscally it's maybe not as complicated. But yeah, mostly we're gonna have to play a lot of things by ear.
That's awesome. If you're interested at all, Digital Oil, we have a soapbox. So we have several soapboxes, up to 30 now per week. And one of them is on the topic of Nouns Builder. Prof. Werder and myself do spaces on Fridays at 4 p.m. EST, where we actually run through and create DAOs live on the air. So if you're interested in maybe doing that with us for Panama DAO, let me know. That could be super fun.
Cool. Thank you. Yeah.
Awesome. So going back to the auction here just to check. Looks like
the 24FA wallet just reloaded.
Reloaded it.
Got a little reload, not a big reload. I mean, everything in context, of course. But yeah, 6.75 ETH reload and another bid. So not going to be an easy one for Monster Cat by any means. For people who are really interested in what you're doing, Digital Oil, what's the best way for them to follow along? Do you have a Twitter or anything for that, or should they just follow you for now and wait for more? info?
On Panama DAO or on Nifter?
Panama DAO, yeah, in particular. But
yeah, we don't have anything set up yet. It's
so that means
me
follow
for
you.
now.
That's good. Follow you, and then you'll be able to fill them in. Awesome. So
early implementation.
I had another question.
Oh, I think there was a bit of a rug going on there just for a sec, Davin. So sorry, what did you say, Digital Oil? You've got a girly test going on? Is that what you said?
A girly implementation live.
Nice.
We're just playing around with it. Maybe 6 NFTs have been minted.
Cool.
So we're like we did a test prop, and we're just starting to play around with it.
Cool. All right, we'll follow you for more news on that. Davin, you had another question for him?
Yes, looking at the public goods that you are capable of working on first, right out of the gate. If you start this and you do get enough funding, what do you think is the biggest need in Panama in terms of public goods that Nouns can solve?
Yeah, like I was on a Nouns, the Noun Square podcast earlier today, not podcast, space earlier today.
A decent proposal, yeah, with Sam Ellis, yeah.
Right, with Sam, and I gave an example which is, it's kind of a superficial example, but it's a low cost, high impact example, like in terms of spreading the meme, I think. And I gave the example of potholes, right? Like potholes in Panama, uncovered potholes which is, painful to anybody to fall in one, is like a recurrent theme, and nobody takes care of it. And this is the kind of thing that you could fund with via the DAO's treasury, via a prop, and it makes a really high impact, and and spreads the meme, right? Like imagine putting the cover back on the pothole, and having it be designed with the equivalent of the noggles, right? And then so those kind of things that are like problems that at the beginning will be small problems that haven't been tackled, but have a really high impact, at least in people's mind, and can help spread the meme, which will get the word out and hopefully get more people to participate.
It's like it's like public goods vigilantism.
Right. Yeah.
Instead of lashing out against people, you're lashing out against potholes. I love it.
Yeah, I remember way back, I think like 8, 9, 10 years ago, somebody, like some engineer in Panama, I think he was still in college, designed this little switch where every time a car fell in a tire in a pothole, it would flip the switch and it would tweet, like it would fire a tweet where like the government entity that's in charge of fixing that kind of stuff would get mentioned.
Just name and shame. Did it work?
So, yeah, that's like the Web 2 version of what I'm talking about.
Something tells me that did not work, though. I bet they were immune to the shame.
Wait, are we talking about Wanksy?
Was it Wanksy?
What is he? There was the guy who sprayed painted in potholes to get them fixed.
Oh, I don't know.
This was like a college kid way back. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we're actually to the actual countdown. It looks like Monster Cat has given up, or they didn't get time to get a bid in, but looks like they're giving up at 39.47. So 24 FA. The reload was good, and they have just won this cat. So we're going to play FOMO nouns together. Let's go FOMO a new noun for ourselves. FOMO nouns.
We got an interesting decay bear.
Are you playing? You're playing with us, Digital? You're gonna pick.
I'm with you. Yes.
All right, let's go. Let's see
any requests?
What's the protocol here for what you say and what you don't say?
You say everything, and you don't be quiet about nothing. So everybody.
That's a kind of an aesthetically cool one.
Mayhem.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, we like it.
Yeah, just pure chaos.
Like
ideally.
a grasshopper. What is that?
Bagpipe.
That's a bagpipe.
Bagpipe. This is a 1-over-N catch up.
Yeah, this one's not that
cool.
That was,
I see the application is.
That was grade school Seneca there.
It looks like FOMO's working.
Illuminati
Ooh,
Dino.
Illuminati Dino.
The Dino.
Yeah, those are. This is always good, right?
You guys are
Shirt
so
was so good.
disappointing.
The shirt didn't
God
go well with the
damn it.
face, with the head.
That's what they called Ryan in college, Illuminati Dino. I think.
Yeah.
That's what they're...
I'm so disappointed.
Oh,
right
this
now
is kind
what
of
you guys
cool with
did.
the melty moggles.
Yeah. The good one.
One contact, one quarter.
Ooh,
contact.
RGB, double
Ooh,
RGB.
this is chaos. I like
Double
this one.
RGB. I love it. We're getting like 14 downvotes off the hop here. What's wrong with you people?
A lot of
Don't be
haters.
so negative. We got a brain
No.
splat.
X-copy brain.
X
This
copy
one's kinda
brain with
boring.
brain splat.
Has FOMO been working this well every day lately?
It has.
Yeah, Ben. I
Knock
didn't
on wood.
want to
It's
say
actually
anything, but
pretty good.
Ben, I didn't want to say
Shocking.
anything, but as soon as you left for NFT Australia, we stopped getting botted.
Oh, I must have left the bot not running.
Very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, digital for about 3. Ooh,
No
capybara.
capybara yet.
Nice. Very
Capybara.
nice.
No.
Oh yeah.
What is that accessory? It's super.
Oh no.
A squared plus B squared.
Oh,
nice.
A mathematical
I'm over the
Mars
baseball.
capybara.
Over them.
Baseball. We've already had a
Future of
baseball.
Twitter.
We need a basketball. That's all we need.
Yeah, basketballs are pretty good. I don't like this chocolate. Not very aesthetic.
Yeah. No.
I
Yeah,
can't
but
believe
tennis
they haven't
hat.
had basketball yet. That's insane.
Yeah, it is weird. We've had a couple come up, but they don't even come up that often in FOMO. Ooh,
Whoa.
Chicken shower.
Chicken shower.
I love the
It's a
invisible
blind
nozzle.
shower. Come on,
The shower
blind
is just
shower.
contact lenses.
We had one like that the other day with the lips. I remember.
Oh man,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
that one was really nice though. I
It
like
was
it.
alright.
Vote on that one.
Contact
Shit,
shower. Is that what you call it? Is a contact shower what you call it when Boney drops his phone in the shower when he's on Spaces Live with us?
Ethereum calendar.
The wine barrel was a really good head, but that just didn't go well with the body.
Yeah, that's one of the brand new ones, digital, that was added on the anniversary in August. Yeah.
Okay, I saw the. Yeah, I
Name
saw
that weight.
the prop.
Yeah. They did a contest. It was pretty cool. We got a Wait, but hello, my name is Wait, but he doesn't have very colorful noggles.
Oh.
Cardow?
The green on the car I'm not a fan of.
Cardow, a Dow for mechanics.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that. That's a good
Ooh,
idea.
Ooh,
I
this
like
is
this.
kind of a nice, like, 70s Oni.
I think so.
What
This
if
is
Boney
Oni's-
was an Austin Powers?
Yeah, this is Oni's uncle. But we didn't like it. We're not getting very good consensus here. I feel bad for our NounsDAOAmigos here, Mono. I really apologize. The auction just kept getting extended, and now FOMO's going forever. The soapbox is going to start eventually, I promise, Mono.
This is a kind of cool one.
I like this one.
Yeah, I like the rat.
like them, yeah.
We
It
might
has a
get
good
it.
aesthetic.
I think we were too late.
Attempting to settle.
Attempting, but didn't
Yeah.
quite get
Oh,
there.
cheese.
Ooh, snow cheese.
This is cool.
Snow cheese.
Yeah,
That's a
The
Canadian
cheese with the
delicacy.
black.
A Canadian delicacy. Yum.
Snow cheese. Would you like some snow cheese? I like this one. It's kind of nice with the
Checkered time.
checker.
Yeah,
The checker pattern kind of hurts my eyes, though.
It's kind of trippy.
Yeah, it makes you have to keep like refocusing.
Ooh, food paper.
Toilet paper is always good.
I think I'm gonna get this time.
It's pretty clean.
Oh God!
For
It
now.
kind of looks like the
No, I can't
it kind of looks like the
believe
roll of toilet paper kind of accidentally dipped in the water, and it was kind of yellow on the
Wet
bottom.
We didn't get it.
Some
Toilet
terrific
paper.
pickles.
wet
We
pickles?
actually didn't we get a pickle recently?
Toilet
No.
paper is never clean, by the way, so we
I
should
don't
never
think-
say that.
I don't think there was. Ooh, this is kind of a cool snow chocolate party.
Red chocolate, it's good.
But
I love those noggles.
everybody voted before it even hit the screen. So
Te bañaste ya.
That didn't happen.
Ooh, treasure chest.
I
Nice
like
I
this
love the treasure
chest.
chest. I
I
love
like
his
the sweatshirt.
off-center chin.
He's so derpy. He's like derp.
He's like the Jay Leno of nouns.
Yeah, or the American Dad.
I like this orangutan.
Why are you
Oh,
guys
so
voting
I
for
see.
this
So no
orangutan?
orangs
Shit.
for a year, and now we're just going to mint every orang that comes across our screen.
This
Okay,
is
I see how it is.
unbelievable.
And we got-
Apparently,
All right.
Yeah, we
I
got
voted it down, but all right.
That's
Oh,
a nice
head
OLED.
in the clouds. Head
It's
down.
a nice one, I guess.
All right, you guys know what happens
Unbelievable.
now. And Digital, you might not know this, but we have our game here on the TNS for after FOMO called NOMO, where you can go and do what you were talking about on the top of the show and save a noun that is NOMO because we missed it on FOMO, and then we can mint it as an open edition. So let's go to nomo.wtf. 31 seconds on the clock. Everybody's got to choose the NOMO that they want to save.
That's really
I'm
cool.
going.
There.
Get your
I'm
clicking
going for
fingers ready.
shower.
I gotta go for the toilet paper.
They're all there
Toilet
except
paper's there. I think
the
I'm
first
going
four.
for
The
non.
shower head. I really like the shower
Yeah,
head.
shower head with contacts is my pick.
I like
13
yeah.
seconds to choose your character.
Let's
And
go for
just
the
as a
8.
reminder, unlike FOMO, you can click and should click as many times as possible on the one that you want to win, or you will lose.
Choose your character.
Choose your character. Go!
That was
Yeah.
pretty good.
We're live.
Round one.
We all know the
Fight.
shower head is
Clicking.
gonna
I
get
don't know what you're doing. Shower,
Let's
shower,
go.
shower,
Oh.
shower.
I'm really
I'm
trying to
on the RGB head right now, but I like the bear and I like the pickle, honestly.
This is shaping
Oh,
up to be
never
kind of
sadder now.
a bathroom battle here.
I'm gonna make sure we get mouse and shower. I can't decide between the two.
Do not mint
Oh, the
that
toilet
toilet
paper is
paper.
still here.
Yeah, there you go.
Capybara. It's got to be the capybara.
If it goes down to the shower
And
head
let's
and the
go.
toilet
Round
paper,
three.
you're gonna have to choose.
Round four.
Well,
Fight.
Capybara.
Oh my god,
Keep
it
going.
may
This is
actually be
wild.
the shower head versus the toilet
Oh
paper
my god,
here.
TP's killing us.
TP too strong.
Oh, everybody teamed up against me. Now I'm going to fight
3, 2,
myself
I
with
1.
TP the
capybara.
food.
All right, final boss battle.
Oh my god,
Wow.
It's a
this is
bathroom
a tough
battle
choice.
here, guys. Between
it's
TP
time
and
for the
Shower.
final
To
battle.
win and
This
go.
is a tough choice, but the shower head gets it.
All right, let's
I think
start
the
with
shower
the
head is
shower
really
head
nice.
then.
Holy shit, this is close.
Let's not get the shower head
Come
because
on, toilet
This is
paper.
close. I actually don't know what we're gonna see.
Yo, this is
We can't
really,
tell
really close.
who's ahead.
Oh, that
Which
it
one?
had to be a difference of like 20.
Wow.
Oh god.
I think it throws
Hilarious.
it.
Minted anywhere, or is this just?
Yeah, so if you're looking
Yeah,
to
so
see
you can
now,
mint it right now.
yeah, you can mint it now for less than the price of coffee. Wow, less than the price of a cup of coffee.
A
There
large
we go.
cup of coffee with
A large cup of coffee, a
sprays of
Starbucks
something
cup
in
of
it.
coffee.
Or a
And
roll of
for-
toilet paper.
And
With
for anyone who's
oat
new
milk.
to
A cup of
Nomo,
coffee with oat milk.
that's right. For anyone who's new to Nomo, this is a game that we've introduced about 10 days ago now. All the proceeds go directly to TNS, so anyone who mints here is helping us to keep the show running every day and helps us sort of take one step towards a crypto-native way of becoming more self-sufficient. But also the fun part is you get this awesome NFT in your wallet, of course, a memento of being here, and we've got some really cool gamification things coming down the line, some draws that you'll be eligible for, some contests that you'll be eligible for, and every single day we choose one lucky Nomo to win 0.069 ETH. So all that happens when you mint a Nomo. So that was our
How often you
FOMO
said?
and our Nomo. What's that, Digital?
How often you choose a Nomo?
Every single day. Did you say how often? You were rugged a little bit there.
Yeah, he said every single day.
Yeah, every single day.
I just minted the. Is it multiple? Like many people can mint it, or?
Yeah, it's an open edition, so it's open for 24 hours, and it actually gets more expensive the longer you wait. So if you're here live with us on the show and you help mint it, you can get it for super cheap, and then over the course of the day, it becomes more expensive as the day goes on. Once the 24 hours are up, that's it. Can't get that Nomo anymore unless you trade with someone else. And people have started trading. It's we didn't really anticipate that, actually, but people have certain token numbers that they've wanted. So I've had people approach us about, oh, can I trade for number 16 or number 12 or number 11? So there's been some interesting dynamics so far. But
Speaking of Ben, I've got a couple 11s for you.
Yeah, that's amazing. Thank you. I'll definitely hit you back and organize some stuff. I've been trading all my 16s with Tej. We've got like, I think I've done like 4 or 5 16s or something.
I just got 16 for today, so.
I just
Hey,
gave him
nice.
16
I can't tell what I got yet.
Ben, I just gave him 16 yesterday.
I can't believe you got.
Nice. Yeah, I missed the last couple of days.
So Robot Fish Girl, it's funny that you got 16 because I can almost taste the tears from 0x Tej down there. His PFP is literally a shower head, and he has been trading for every Nomo 16 that he could find. So I'm sure he's going to come knocking on your doorstep here for number 16. But even though
I got you, T.
the shower did, narrowly lose, but. All right, so just to recap here, we have gone a little bit over time what we thought we would because the auction kept getting extended and extended. It's one of the most interesting and fun things about the show we do, which is that we never know if we're going to get 15 minutes to talk to our guest or sometimes 35 because people end up in a bidding war. But I'm really glad that we had a super interesting guest to talk to today, Digital, and wanted to thank you for taking the time to be with us and telling us about your journey and about how you came to Nouns.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thanks for everything.
Awesome. And Mono, I just want to thank you for your patience as well. I know you guys should have started your Amigos Soapbox a half an hour ago, so I'm so sorry that we went long, but happy to pass this over to you in just a couple minutes. We're just going to do the POAP quickly with Ryan, give everyone a POAP for coming, a free NFT. And then we've got a Twitter picker to give away for everyone who retweeted the room. And then Amigos, it's all yours. And Digital, by all means, if you do want to stick around for a couple minutes and chat in Espanol, you're welcome to stick around. Ryan, you want to hit us?
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah, Digital, keep those threads coming. They're awesome. So keep writing them, by the way, too. They're awesome. So
thank you.
Absolutely, man. You can go to poap.xyz, or you can head over to your app's marketplace and download the POAP app. When you get there, you hit the mint button in the bottom right corner. Then you hit the secret word tab, and today's secret word is... You gonna play the sound, Toady, or am I good to go?
I can do it. Give me 2 seconds to find it, and there it is.
Oh, you played the actual POAP sound today.
Yeah, not the weird one. Yeah.
Oh, cool. Today's word is the jungle 6ix9ine.
If it's not 007 with you, it's 6ix9ine. One of the two, right? For the
yes.
culture.
For the
culture.
jungle,
all lowercase 69. I'll also pass it over to Ben just for a minute because I know, Ben, you've been away with NFT Australia, and I just wanted to get an update on when the art for these POAPs will be showing up on people's apps. Should be soon, I'm assuming.
Yeah, exactly. I was just about to mention that. I've got a huge backlog of artwork. I can't even tell because I didn't mint all the POAPs myself how many's there, but there's a lot. There's at least 10 or something that need to go up.
Yeah.
And I'll be doing that today. What day is it? It's Thursday here. So they'll get uploaded as soon as I send them to them. So by the show tomorrow, everyone's will be updated.
It's actually 17, Ben.
Whoa.
17. Wow. Yeah. I mean, it could easily be that many. Yeah.
RFG.
Yeah, well, I've been away for 2 weeks, pretty much, so that makes sense.
RFG, can you make that meme the what year is it meme, but it's a picture of Ben? What day is it?
Well, it's gonna be fun because we're about to get dropped a ton of awesome art.
Well, I'm actually excited too. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I can't wait to see it. Also, Mono, I'm sorry, I do want to make sure that we give Cosmos the opportunity to announce the winners. We've had Cosmos on the show, so you guys think we can do that real quick?
Yeah, let's do that, and I'll do the retweet picker at the same time.
Yeah, sure.
Nice. So Cosmos, how was it? I know we've had conversations a bit about how much fun you're having, but let us know what do you think?
Yeah, well, it's been great. I mean, thanks, guys. Thanks for having me on. It's always a pleasure. And yeah, I just want to thank everyone who participated because we've had like some amazing entries, lots of entries as well. I think we had like over 50 or something. So yeah, it's been great seeing all this amazing art.
For those we got our winner, number one winner, Nouns Fun with the box noun underneath the stars.
Oh my God, that was so good. I'm so glad he won too because he's been posting nounish gifts for like the last 2 weeks. There was one that had like Aptoshi like bongoing on the coffee bean and a couple other funny ones. So I was glad.
Yeah, it has shooting stars. And what made you pick that one, Cosmos?
Well, it's just like such a chill and mellow vibe from it, and they also use like it's maybe like one of the less spectacular images in the CCO image website. You got all these like colorful nebula and stuff like that, and this was just a very like low key beautiful shot of a globular cluster which is actually like hundreds and thousands of stars swarming together in space. And, I just felt it was like such a cool use for it, instant winner for me, honestly.
Awesome. That's so cool. And then we have
Yeah.
Artie Toby with the black hole. I
Yeah.
love how you were like, you're giving some of the more information about the photos in the description in this thread that it's pinned up at the top.
Yeah. Well, it's a good opportunity to talk about space, but we all love the black hole, so it had to be, in the top 3.
And then finally, in third place, House of Dre came with the little sisters having a campfire on the sun. I thought that was so funny.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, what's the last place you want to have a campfire on? It's probably the sun, but it was such a creative use for it. And, we love the little sisters as well. So, another great pick for me.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for shooting these photos, for sharing them with the community, and for helping with this contest.
It depends on which noun you're talking about, though, right? Because one of the nouns in that picture is the flamehead noun. So he's fine. He's fine. He just invited his friends and didn't tell them the campfire was going to be on the surface of the sun, I think.
Yeah, exactly. Like triple fire over there.
Some like it hot.
Exactly. Well, yeah, just want to thank you guys as well, for hosting this. It was such an amazing contest and helping spread the word about the CCO Space Image Bank. So, yeah, thanks, guys.
Awesome. Thanks, Cosmos. So one last piece of housekeeping here. I do have a retweet picker winner for us, and it's actually one that hasn't won before, which is awesome. So someone new. Let me see here if I can find my drum roll. The winner is, and I lost the page that it was on. Just a second. It is HNFT Museum. HNFT Museum, Historical NFT Museum. I see you down there. I just sent you a DM. You won 0.069 ETH for retweeting the room. So thanks for coming out and thanks for entering. Are we going to say something, Ryan?
No, I was just going to, I forgot. All good.
All right. So thanks again, Digital, for joining us. And Mono, thank you so much for your patience. Sorry we ran a little long. We promise by this time next week, 9 o'clock, we'll have drifted a little out of your way and we'll never get in your way again. We'll move our caravan along to the next soapbox and we'll never interfere with your amigos again, I promise.
Hey, Tony, no worries. It was fun. This is my first Noun, so it was pretty fun.
Oh, great. That's awesome. Perfect. Well, first, maybe you want to introduce what NounsDAOAmigos is for Digital Oil, since he's from Panama, and I believe you guys are from Mexico. So maybe you have some things in common, and you can go take it away with the show.
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much. Just a bit of an introduction in English and then in Spanish. We are NounsDAOAmigos. We are the Nouns community for all Spanish speakers in Latin America and beyond. So yeah, that's us. So welcome to the community, Digital Oil.
Gracias. Gusto estar aquí.
Buenísimo.
También uno de mis partners, que es Dani, que está aquí escuchando, no sé si va a poder responder o no, pero él es de Costa Rica. Y Jiminy, que está en la cuenta de Nifter, él es de Estados Unidos, pero habla español un poquito.
Está bien curioso cómo hay gente que anda por ahí en Nouns, no solo en Nouns, sino como en general, ¿no? En el espacio, pues, y hay un buen de gente de latinos, ¿no? Y eso es como súper cool encontrar gente que también habla español en el espacio, porque luego pues vemos PFPs, vemos cuentas de Twitter y no sabemos que también hablan español. Entonces es muy agradable encontrar gente que también comparte el idioma.
Sí, buenísimo, seguro. El idioma y la cultura, y compartimos la cultura, por más que son países distintos, en verdad hay bastantes cosas en común, así que es lindo encontrar gente así.
100%. Y pues creo que aquí puede haber un poco de overlap porque justo ya lo mencionaste un poco hace rato en inglés, pero pues tú hiciste una propuesta en Prop House, Panama DAO. No sé si nos quieras contar brevemente o en español como pues de qué trata la, la propuesta y pues cómo te sientes como de que haya ganado la ronda de Prop House.
Sí, estoy súper contento que, digo, primera vez que, como que me he estudiado mucho el ecosistema en las últimas 2 semanas. Eh, Estoy impresionado de todo lo que se ha construido. Eh, y una de las cosas que están bastante avanzadas es Prop House. Y estuve viendo un par de rondas anteriores, pero creé una propuesta en esta ronda, no pensé que iba a ganar y parece que conectó bien con la gente. Básicamente la idea es, eh, yo participé en el equipo que redactó la ley de cripto de Panamá. Y para echarte el cuento corto, al final pasó el Congreso, pero el presidente la vetó y están ahora en el vaivén de ver en qué formato la ley pasa. Eh, Está muy diferente a como la mandamos la primera vez, así que estamos como un poquito desilusionados. Así que el Panama DAO es como un cambio de perspectiva. En vez de ver el cripto eh, haciéndose más popular o más, digamos, no fue la palabra en español, como más, que cubre más territorio, eh, de arriba para abajo, vía el gobierno, hacerlo al revés, hacerlo más grassroots, de abajo para arriba. Y esta propuesta es como los principios del Panama DAO. Estamos usando Nouns Builder. Ahora mismo estamos en prueba en Gurley y la idea es lanzar a Mainnet, luego de hacer los artes con artistas panameños y los diferentes traits de los NFTs. Pero estamos haciendo pruebas ahora mismo para que todo salga bien al momento de lanzar en vivo en aproximadamente febrero. Así que el ETH que nos ganamos en esta propuesta lo vamos a usar como, digamos, como un pre-seed o seed para pagar a los artistas, para los gas fees de lanzar los contratos y cualquier otro gasto que incurramos de aquí a que lancemos.
Justo
Entonces,
aquí.
la idea, se me olvidó mencionar algo clave, que la idea es crear como un network state, eh, un estado red que cada vez se vuelve más grande hasta un día quizás, yo sé que es un sueño, pero quizás, ¿sabes? Quizás captura el país entero, ¿no? O sea, y el país de abajo para arriba se vuelve un país más descentralizado, más basado en trustlessness y en los principios y todo de Web3.
Por network state, o sea, te refieres como un grupo como que empiece a involucrarse como justo en estos temas como ya más de legislación o como de regularización como en general de cripto y pues como de toma de decisiones.
Sí, yo me lo imagino más como casi como si fuera una entidad privada dentro del país que cada vez como que captura más territorio comprándolo, no mediante una guerra ni nada así. Pero la idea es usar el Nouns Builder structure para tener el mismo efecto que logró hacer NounsDAO y que están haciendo los otros DAOs que nacieron después, que es un flywheel effect, ¿no? Donde le haces bien al país mediante public goods, se riega el meme del DAO, y más gente quiere comprar los NFTs y participar, entonces más plata hay en el treasury para poder gastar y hacer más public goods hasta que logras tener suficiente para, ¿sabes? Comprar propiedades, comprar tierra y crear un verdadero network state que poquito a poquito va creciendo y tiene más y más y más. Digo, como dije, estamos muy lejos de eso, es un sueño, pero uno nunca sabe, hay que probar, hay que experimentar y ver cómo sale.
Sí, me imagino que los 10 Nounders no se imaginaron hasta dónde llegaría Nouns hace más de un año cuando lanzaron el proyecto. Y pues sí, ¿no? O sea, o sea, el punto es como intentarlo, ¿no? Y acá mi pregunta es como, Pues justo después de que pues, se vetó esta propuesta, o sea, ¿cómo piensas que se empiece a recibir como Panama DAO? O sea, porque me imagino que hay una escena o como, sí, como una escena de cripto a Web3 en general, como allá en Panamá, entonces me imagino que pues va a haber gente que la va a recibir muy bien, ¿no? Este inicio de DAO pero a la vez como esta contraparte pues, de que se haya vetado eh, esta propuesta de ley, pues, ¿cómo crees que se vaya a empezar a ver como en el país, ¿no? O sea, como por un lado la escena que la adopte y por otro lado como pues el gobierno como haciendo ese otro contrapeso, ¿no? Para que, pues, como para disminuirla.
Sí, buena pregunta. En realidad no sabemos, ¿no? ¿Sabes? Como dijimos ambos, es un experimento y el experimento nos dirá, ¿sabes? ¿Qué es lo que sale? Eh, no creo que haya, o sea, creo que al principio va a ser algo muy chico. Pocos participantes. Está también el tema de que o sea, la gran mayoría de la gente nunca ha tocado cripto, no saben usar un wallet, no tienen estos estereotipos de cripto que son incorrectos. Eh, entonces creo que al principio es como va a ser algo que va a ser un esfuerzo de poder hacer el onboarding que va a ser lento, ¿no? Y ese va a ser creo que el mayor obstáculo por el cual nos tenemos que preocupar, ¿sabes? Cómo proliferar el meme dentro de Panamá y lograr hacer onboarding a gente que nunca ha entendido cripto todavía. En otras palabras, creo que al principio como que no va a tener tanta visibilidad para causar algún tipo de choque con lo que sea que quiera hacer el gobierno. Y tampoco creo que el gobierno tiene una postura tan negativa, o sea, no de cripto. Simplemente creo que están procediendo con caution, con cuidado, porque digo, Panamá está en la mira de países en el mundo y en especial Estados Unidos.
Claro.
Entonces creo yo, esto no es algo que he escuchado directamente de nadie dentro del gobierno, pero creo yo que quizás están como teniendo cuidado donde pisan antes de meter la pata con Estados Unidos en términos ¿sabes? De temas de lavado de dinero y todos estos estigmas que tiene incorrectamente cripto.
Sí, 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 me imagino. O sea, es muy difícil, ¿no? Como, o sea, el tema que dices del onboarding, pues sí creo que va a ser el tema en general como en cripto, ¿no? O sea, como que ha sido, creo yo, o sea, como uno de los puntos como cruciales, ¿no? Porque hay un buen de gente que, pues, le toma años, ¿no? Entrar o sea, como siquiera aceptar como lo que está sucediendo en cripto, ¿no? O sea, como de mis círculos cercanos, en serio, o sea, desde hace ya varios años como que empecé con cripto, como que yo diría que el 80-90% de las personas es como pues completamente ajenas, ¿no? Pero ajenas y también como súper escépticas, súper con reservas y hasta pues como la mitad de todas esas personas hasta están en contra, ¿no? Como de cripto y todo lo que implica, ¿no? Y lo que a mí me da a entender muchas veces, o por lo menos por lo que yo he entendido acerca de cripto, es como, pues es misinformation, ¿no? O sea, como que no hay como un onboarding como adecuado en el cual pues la gente como que se va por los periodicazos, ¿no? Y como las cosas como que se ven y en general scams y pues todo lo que se ve como en general las noticias, ¿no? Y algo que está súper cool es y que he visto con Nouns, desde que empezamos Nouns Amigos, es la gente, o sea, cuando le empiezas a hablar como de una DAO y como de participar y como de hacer propuestas, pues como que cambia esa narrativa 100%, ¿no? O sea, como que sí he visto cómo eso hace la diferencia 100%, ¿no? Como que si no le hablas como de shitcoins y de cosas así, o sea, como de exchanges, cambia totalmente, ¿no? O sea, como que y se vuelve como algo más cercano pues sí, a la gente, ¿no? Como que también he visto como que eso a la gente le da un propósito, ¿no? Y como que, y bueno, y a mí también, o sea, como que a mí me da ese propósito 100%, ¿no?
Sí, sí, yo sé, yo creo que para hacer onboarding de el tipo de persona que todavía no ha sido enganchado, que quizás tiene esos estigmas de cripto, al final lo que se necesita es algún tipo de lo equivalente a lo que hizo Facebook con Web2. Con un montón de gente que no usaba computadoras, que no usaban internet, se dieron cuenta como que del poder que había en sus manos por tener un social network. De repente, de un día para otro, se dan cuenta que pueden conectarse con los amigos de la universidad que no han visto en 20, 30 años, con familiares que nunca iban a conocer. Y entonces como que Facebook resolvió un problema en ese momento que fue lo que hizo que Web2 se proliferara. Eh, y a Web3, ok, sí, está el aspecto de, hey, es un mecanismo para hacer plata, como mucha gente lo ve, pues, que quizás es muy superficial verlo así, pero fue uno de los mecanismos de onboarding que o sea, ha habido a través de los años. Y el segundo, ahora es NFTs, que en verdad conectó como con esto de Digital Property Rights, conectó con una esencia humana, con algo interno que teníamos todos adentro, o varios adentro, que no sabíamos que teníamos. Y como que descubrimos de que, wow, en verdad se siente bien tener este unique item que nadie me puede quitar, que no es controlado por nadie, que son verdaderos digital property rights por primera vez en el mundo, en la historia que puedo tener a través de NFTs. Y bueno, y además tengo estas imágenes o música o otro bien digital asociado a él, ¿no? Eh, pero siento que esas dos no han sido suficientes, o sea, no ha sido todavía lo que hizo Facebook. No es suficientemente abarcador en el sentido de que abarca como que todos los tipos de personas, abarca la raza humana, una necesidad que tiene la raza humana entera. Pero cuando eso pase, y yo creo que inevitablemente va a pasar, porque we're still figuring out this stuff together, ¿no? Y las herramientas que se han construido han sido espectaculares y son como los pininos para poder construir ese killer app que hace el onboarding al mundo. Cuestión de tiempo.
Sí, totalmente.
Y digo, y
System,
puede ser que network states o public goods y ese tipo de cosas, no creo que sea como que un mecanismo equivalente, igual de poderoso que lo que hizo Facebook para Web2 que menciono, pero sí es otra arista más de esta, ¿sabes? De onboard personas.
sí, me recuerdo hace poco el Punk 4156 tuiteó como el breve historia de la distribución de cripto del 2002 al 22, comprar Bitcoin de un exchange y del 2022 al 2032 ganar ETH de una DAO, ¿no? Entonces como que creo que ahí también se puede, digo, o sea, a mí se me hizo
Sí,
interesante como ver ese.
sí. Lo vi, me pareció muy interesante. Y relacionado a eso, algo que escuché en un podcast hace como 2 meses, que decía que el next billion users de cripto no van a ser personas que compran, o sea, el próximo billón de personas que tienen Ether en un wallet, Ether, no van a ser personas que lo compraron con fiat, sino que van a ser personas que se ganaron un NFT gratis por jugar un juego, lo desarrollaron y luego vendieron ese NFT desarrollado a alguien que lo quería en su estado más avanzado por Ether y así van a recibir su primer Ether. Y yo creo que tiene mucho sentido que ese sea el tipo de killer app al que me estoy refiriendo. Como que gaming y NFTs y NFT assets dentro de juegos. Porque es algo como que muy universalmente humano, jugar juegos.
Sí, sí, de acuerdo. System, tú, dale.
Hola, no, buenas noches.
Buenas noches.
Sí, básicamente tenía la pregunta que tenía, la acaban de responder más o menos, o sea, era sobre eso, sobre de qué manera tenía pensado trabajar o comenzar ese onboarding de la población, porque es lo que yo veo como una de las dificultades mayores, por lo mismo que han estado hablando. Es muy difícil lograr que las personas comprendan y entiendan y acepten o quieran ni siquiera como investigar más. Sobre todo en algo así ya a nivel como nacional. Pero sí, me parece excelente. No había pensado en ese tipo de cosas. Me había ido más por el tema de public goods y de eventos y cosas IRL, ¿verdad? Porque de hecho recientemente tuvimos una conversación en algún otro spaces donde se comparaba el efecto que tiene un evento en real life o algo digital. Y de hecho hay muchas propuestas que tienen que ver con desarrollar tecnologías digitales y avances en ese sentido, pero yo era de la opinión de que para lograr llegar a las masas o a la gente normal, digamos, era mejor los eventos de cosas físicas y eventos en realidad. Y creo que se estaba hablando sobre el tema de Nouns on the Ground, de Toshi y todo eso, pero sí, ahora escuchando lo que dijiste, sí me parece interesante eso de ese killer app, como tú dices. Yo no me había ido por ahí. O sea que nada, y de nuevo me parece súper interesante y aparte me parece impresionante todo lo que te he escuchado decir sobre lo que estás haciendo. Creo que de todas las personas que pudieran empezar con esta idea, creo que eres de los mejores que puede hacer, por lo que he oído. O sea que enhorabuena y para adelante.
Gracias, muchas gracias. Lo aprecio mucho.
Dale, Nickfast.
Algo que quería agregar en ese thought de lo del onboarding y de cómo traer a todas estas personas va un poco de la mano de lo que Digital estaba hablando, que, por ejemplo, siento que a veces se nos olvida que sí, estamos en Web3, sí, estamos en cripto, sí, estamos en este mundo de blockchain, pero seguimos siendo como que humanos, seguimos siendo psicológicamente humanos y esos métodos nunca van a cambiar, como que la psicología para poder onboard a alguien nunca va a cambiar. Siento que es algo como que se olvida al momento a veces de onboard people y explicarle a las personas este mundo y por qué es importante. Siento que nos encargamos de ser tan thorough y explicar lo más que podamos todo lo que sabemos, que al final lo que terminamos haciendo es ahuyentando a la persona. Algo que es muy interesante, que lo que me está pasando ahora mismo con lo que es mucho love, que es que toda esta persona participando en voluntariado, viendo los logos sin saber qué son, viendo los nouns sin saber qué son, y de la nada me empiezan a preguntar, oye, ¿qué es eso? ¿De dónde viene? ¿Y cómo funciona? ¿Y cómo yo formo parte? Y son estas preguntas que abren como este curiosity gap que me dan la oportunidad de poder explicar todo estos conceptos, todo lo que ellos necesitan saber, quieren saber, y que entiendan ese mismo tipo de ideología que, por ejemplo, Balaji habla mucho en Network State, que es que el potential que tiene esto a crecer y develop itself en todos estos hubs alrededor del mundo, que para mí es algo que Noun está haciendo excelente, que es simplemente tener Nouns representatives hasta cierto punto, community leads, en toda parte del mundo, básicamente, haciendo trabajo por Nouns, para Nouns, y como que a través, yo siento, de métodos como, bueno, en mi caso es Social Impact, pero games, como que las personas eventualmente van a llegar a este punto de curiosidad suficiente y van a querer preguntar y van a querer formar parte y van a querer decir, quiero entender esto. Pero siento que muchas veces el approach como que correcto se pierde y se vuelve algo más como que déjame metértelo en la cara todas las veces posible y tratar de forzártelo para que comprendas, cuando ese nunca ha sido como el approach correcto para educar personas, porque al final eso es lo que estamos haciendo, educando y onboarding.
Sí, o sea, yo creo que muy buenos puntos. Yo agregaría eso de que, tocando el tema de la psicología humana, que, o sea, yo creo que lo que es universalmente humano es que somos self-interested individuals. O sea, al final lo que queremos es resolver nuestros problemas. Y por eso me refiero al killer app, como que, ¿qué hay en Web3 que me va a resolver una necesidad que yo verdaderamente tengo? Y no tiene que ser in real life necesariamente. Entonces, como mencioné Facebook para Web2 lo que hizo es que resolvió algo que nunca se pensó ni siquiera que iba a tener solución. ¿Cómo encuentro a mi gente con que no hablaba en 20, 30 años que me gradué en la escuela? Entonces, there's gotta be something in it for the person. O sea, si sale el Web3 Killer App donde tú no tienes que vendérselo, sino que él lo va a buscar o ella lo va a buscar porque hay un beneficio personal, se resuelve el problema solito. No, ¿sabes? No, they will come to Web3.
Sí, como que 100% agree y eventually como que entre más avanza el tiempo y más la cagamos en cierto sentido, entre más bear markets pasemos, o sea, simplemente en algún punto va a llegar este killer app y yo creo que ya a partir de ahí como que todo va a thrive. Y sí, no, yo siento que muchas veces pienso en ese mismo como line of thought de cómo tomo algo que en el web 2, en el mundo tradicional, entre comillas, o sea, funciona, pero no es tal vez óptimo. Y yo no sé si tú has leído, por ejemplo, escuché que estaba leyendo los proposals, pero no sé si he llegado ahí. Pero yo ahora mismo estoy haciendo mucho love aquí en República Dominicana y básicamente estoy haciendo una plataforma de impacto social, fondeada obviamente por Nouns, pero con el goal de crear suficiente leverage social de poder integrar a ya instituciones de aquí de República Dominicana, a negocios de República Dominicana, con leverage que sea ya sea likes, views, engagement, cosa que pueda ser un win-win de ambos lados, para poder crear impacto social, obviamente involucrando lo que es Nounish y teniendo esos valores en cuenta, pero en vez de hacer el típico fundraiser, por ejemplo, aquí hay algo que se llama John Payame, que, oye, es una institución que ha hecho muchas cosas buenas, ha ayudado muchas vidas y de que ha hecho un net good a la sociedad dominicana 100%. Pero el problema es que ellos se enfocaron en que el target de ellos son dominicanos que tienen salario mínimo o no le va tan bien y se agarran de la pena, del llanto y de ahí es donde reciben su dinero. Entonces simplemente tuve la idea de tomar algo tan tradicional como fundraising en ese sentido, o sea, siempre se ha hecho en toda la historia, así que ha funcionado todo. La iglesia básicamente hasta cierto punto ha sido así. Y darle un twist, ver qué pasa. Y bueno, nosotros aquí en República Dominicana, o sea, hace un mes tuvimos básicamente viral totalmente en el país con un post que hicimos. Pero sí, no, sí, como que siento que es muy importante buscar dinámicas diferentes en la cual uno pueda build sobre el formato de lo que es Web3 Crypto. Y como esa naturaleza te puede, como que como la naturaleza de Web3 Crypto te puede ayudar a ti a hacer algo que tradicionalmente no se ha podido hacer.
Exacto.
Sí,
Señores, yo me disculpo porque yo estoy en España y aquí son las 2 de la mañana y mañana tengo que llevar a los niños a la escuela temprano. Así que
dale.
voy a tener que
Sí,
sign off.
sí, igual también nos tenemos que ir, pero antes de eso, Leo nos tiene algo que decir rápidamente. Leo, ¿estás por ahí?
Hola a todos, ¿qué tal?
¿Qué onda, Leo?
Pues les
Cuéntanos.
voy a decir la frase secreta del POAP
Ah,
del día de
venga.
hoy. Bueno, para los que no saben, POAP es Proof of Attendance Protocol, que es una prueba de que asististe a un evento o conociste a una persona. Para descargar la aplicación, ve a POAP.xyz y una vez que descargues la aplicación, Abres la app, le das en el botón de mintear y después le das en palabra secreta. Y la palabra secreta del día de hoy es... gato hacha. Ahí los vi escribieron en el teclado. La palabra secreta es, una vez más, gato hacha. Gato espacio hacha.
¿Por qué esa palabra, Leo?
Por el noun del día de ayer, que era un gato, un cat.
Con un hacha.
Con un hacha en la playera.
Buenísimo. Pues ahí está nuestro POAP y todo un gusto de haber hablado con Digital Oil, que me parece que ya se bajó. Y sí, antes de irnos, solo quería comentar también que bueno, Digital Oil ganó, o sea, su prop quedó seleccionada en esta ronda de Prop House, pero también la ronda de la propuesta de Franklin de alebrijes.nouns o .noggles, y pues nos da un buen de gusto, ¿no? Porque hemos estado hablando con Franklin, y sabemos lo que está haciendo, trabajando con la familia Linares, creadores de los alebrijes, y pues nada, es un gusto. Franklin, si en 2 minutos nos puedes contar algo, ¿cómo te sientes?
Hola a todos, chicos. Bueno, súper contento por lo de estar ahí entre los ganadores. La verdad que he estado trabajando toda la semana justo en el proyecto, apenas siguiendo los resultados, una sorpresa, pero muy contento porque la parte tal vez más importante de esta partecita de todo el proyecto con los alebrijes es la parte de traer justamente todo el fondo histórico de cómo se crearon los alebrijes y cómo se trabaja el tema de la cartonería como arte popular en México y llevarlo a la Web3. Hace falta todo un trabajo así de recopilar material que está casi perdido, de contar la historia que es bastante reciente, estamos hablando de los últimos 80, 70 años. Entonces, pero contarla, prepararla para las nuevas generaciones, para los nuevos mercados, y entonces la propuesta que ganó Uniter fue justamente en base a comenzar a armar todo este registro histórico. Entonces, súper contento porque ya el fotógrafo ya sabe, ya estamos planificando qué día empezamos con las fotos, qué día empezamos a escanear el material, y bueno, lo vamos a utilizar todo así a full en el proyecto. Muy contentos, bueno, todos los que escuchan muy contentos, y bueno, esperamos que esto sea también un banderazo para todas las otras cosas que estamos armando para el proyecto.
Definitivamente, pues muchas felicidades, Franklin, muchas gracias a todas las personas que se conectaron. Si tuvieron problema con la palabra secreta, la voy a repetir, es gato espacio hacha, H-A-C-H-A. Si no funciona es porque probablemente ya expiró el POAP, pero lo voy a extender otros 5 minutos y para que lo puedan hacer el claim, pero nos tenemos que ir. Muchas gracias.
Mono,
Thank you so much.
Mono, would you mind spelling the POAP in English as well? I noticed that we have a lot of people who stayed from 9 o'clock, and some of them might not be super proficient in Spanish. Maybe they'll want to grab the POAP too, if you don't mind.
Yeah, sure. I just need to extend the issue of the POAP, but the secret word is GATO space HACHA. But just one
HACH space, is that what you said?
GATO space HACHA. Just let me
It's not working for me, but that might be because you're extending it.
Yeah, I'm extending the pop.
I'll let you know when it works.
Just 1 second. So sorry about this.
No problem. By the way, while we have it, you guys were 100% robbed today by FIFA, I have to say.
Oh man, you're
I
killing
know
me.
you're probably not ready to talk about it, but it was pretty bad.
Hey, Toady.
Yeah.
What was it? GATO space HACH8? Is that it correct?
Yeah, it is correct. It should work now. Can
A
you
or
try
eight?
again?
The last one is A, the letter, or 8, the number?
A.
Yeah,
It's A.
The letter, by the way.
Nice.
Yes, the letter.
Yeah, I got it. Cool. If anyone else was listening in and their Spanish wasn't up to snuff, now you can grab the pull-up. I got the gato part. I knew the cat, but
Cat X. Yeah, gato hacha. That's what it means.
awesome.
Don't worry, Toady. I even have problems with that hacha part.
There we go. I don't feel bad anymore.
Yeah, me too.
That was super cool.
That
was
must
super
be a
cool.
Mexican thing.
That was really cool of Digital to stick around and talk to you guys for so long. That was cool.
Yeah, that was cool. Thank you so much for having us. And sorry about the time.
Oh, you don't have to apologize. I mean, we went into your time, and now it's just like a train colliding into each train that's ahead of it. So we have slightly collided into food nouns, but that's okay. I'm sure we can all work together. So we're going to close out, or Mono's going to close out NounsDAOAmigos here in a couple of minutes, and then we'll close down the spaces and fire up a new one for Food Noun O'Clock. Their weekly soapbox here on the Noun Square usually starts at 8 p.m., so we're a little bit behind, but we're all doing our best here. We had a marathon session of auction and FOMO today that put us behind. So take it away, Mano.
Yeah, thank you so much. Muchas gracias a todos por unirse y pues nos vemos la siguiente semana.
Food 9 o'clock whenever you're ready. It's going to be me and Ryan because Steffo and Obtoshi are at the award show. And if Nouns wins, Obtoshi's going to accept the win.
Nice. All right. Yeah. Mano's just wrapping up here, and then it'll be at different spaces. They'll just fire this one down.
I'm going to hang up now and be ready. I just wanted to let you know that we're ready.
Thanks, Mano.
Okay, bye.
Yeah. Thank you so much. See you next time. And have a good one. And this is NounsAmigos Radio en Español. See you next week.
Thank you. Gracias. Have a good night, everybody.
Gracias.
Bye, everybody. Tune in again in just a couple minutes here with Food Downs. We'll have it fired up for you in just a minute.
Hey, yo.
Bye.
Gracias. Bye.
Where's the music, Toady?
Bye.
Gracias. No music.
Saludos.
No time for music. It's Food Nouns time. Sorry. There we go. There we got some Amigos music. I like it. Thanks for coming, everybody. See you on the other side.
See you.
Hasta luego.
Adiós.